What's going on YouTube? Bemorephotos here, back at y'all with another video, and I'm here to talk to you about this beautiful camera, which is the Nikon Zfc. Not the ZF, but the Zfc. So this is the cropped sensor model. So basically, I've been busy with work. YouTube always gets pushed to the back, and I'm trying to keep making content to put out for you guys. So just bear with me as I keep trying to find a way to make YouTube part of the processing process that I do with my content. But yeah, this camera is absolutely a beautiful camera. Like it's very pretty. Basically, if you don't know, I'm a Nikon creator, and basically Nikon sends us gear to shoot with, to make content with for them sometimes, and they sent me this for a little reel. You may have seen it. It was about lookups. But when I got it, I thought, why not do a review since I've had time to play around with it and see what this camera's like, and let you guys know if it's worth purchasing for a little daily camera. But what I'm gonna say is, well, first, this camera is very pretty and I like it, so that's that out of the bag. Two, I wouldn't do professional shoots with this camera. For me, this camera would be like a camera that I use for, like, I don't know, taking on holiday, shooting my family, you know. I just want the pleasure of shooting, and you got these nice dials at the top that are just clickable, really clickable. You can hear that. They're really clickable and they're really nice to use. So what I had to do some lookups with this camera, and I must say, like, when I shoot with my cameras, I usually turn the shutter off because it's electronic, but hearing the shutter go off in this was just, oh, it was nice. It was like it just gave you that kind of nostalgia of shooting, and it just made me feel like, wow, this is taking me back. But the thing about it is, it's a mirrorless camera inside. It's got all modern tech inside, so you got the best of both worlds. You got a camera that looks like this, and you've also got a camera that will work, and you know, it's got modern technology in it, and you know, can keep up with today's cameras. So it's the best of both worlds, really. It's like an old classic Mustang with a modern Mustang's internals. You know, you've got the reliability, you've got updated brakes, you've got the updated, you know, sensors and modern day tech, and you know, you've got mirrorless tech in here. It's actually a really nice camera to use. I would say this camera is for people who you know, they like their things to look pretty as well as work. And I think that's, you know, people, it's like a love letter to the film era, where the cameras were very pretty, but they maybe, like, no one really wants to use film these days, and they want quick. You can get your pictures off the SD card. You know, you can do it with this camera, so it's really good. Also, I'll say, like, it's got a nice weight to it. It's got a nice, like, you know, a nice weight where it feels really, like, there's, you know, it feels really solid. It feels really like a solid built machine, and that it's a nice weight. It's not light, but it's not heavy either. But it's got a nice weight of that it's been built with care and solidarity, and you know, just it's not one of those hollow cameras. You know, you can pick up a camera and it feels like there's nothing inside. This camera feels built, you know. It's got the battery in here, which also where the SD card goes, which is a bit, it's really compact. So you can see they probably used all the internal space to make sure this camera, on this side you've got the HDMI, USB and the mic. So yeah, it's a really nice camera. It's got this flip out screen, so the screen will flip, and you can see the extend lens before. So it's got a flippy out screen, so you can get all those close to the ground shots. This lens also has to, I'm not to film it, but it also has to poke out before you can start taking pictures. But it looks so pretty when it's like that. Turn that off. But yeah, this is a it is a crop sensor, so it isn't the full frame, the big ZF one. So you have to bear that in mind if you're getting this one. I kind of like this one. The ZF is kind of a bit bigger, but I kind of like the silver. I love the way the silver lens, the matching. It's got a really cool look about it, and I must say I had fun shooting with it. Like usually I'm shooting with Z8s, I'm using with Z9s. I wouldn't really shoot with this camera to do some shots, but I must say it can do the job. It maybe doesn't do it as well, like it's not as fast as the Z8s and Z9s, but it can do the job. So it's a camera, I think, like for people who enjoy photography, like a hobbyist, more like a hobbyist, someone who just likes to go out and take a few pictures here and there and have fun, you know, and obviously they like their cameras to look pretty. So you're looking at someone who's not really gonna, he's not really looking to make photography their career. They're just looking to have fun with photography. They're looking to enjoy photography and take what they want from photography and just leave it there. You know, like some people don't want to become a world-renowned photographer. They just enjoy photography for what it is, and then leave it there. And they've got their day job. They've got their other hobbies as well. You know. But yeah, it can do extra things. It can flex its muscles. I wouldn't say it's the most, you know, like the most amazing camera that Nikon makes, but it can do a lot for what it is. And it's very pretty. It's got a very pretty look about it that makes you see it on the desk and you want to shoot with it, you know. And you just want to go and take pictures. It's not really about the pictures, it's more about the kind of experience you have with the camera. It's more about the process, about dialing in the settings on the tripod and then like treating it like it's a film camera and enjoying that process that it gives you. I think this is the camera for that. And also, it lets you slow down photography. Like these modern day cameras, you're just like 1,000 pictures are gone in a second. But this, if you do it in the full, you know, the ZF mode, where you're just twisting in your ISO, you're twisting in your shutter speed, and you're dialing it into the detail, and then you're gonna click one. Like, say you play that game where you've only got 35 shots, like. You can shoot as much as you want, but you're limiting yourself to go through that process of what it would feel like to have a film, or you've only got 12 shots and then you have to dial those settings in, and it's like you're playing a game, and a nostalgic game, and taking yourself back to the film days in a camera that can do what modern cameras can do. And I think that is what this camera is all about. It's about, you know, it's a love letter to photography to say, you know, we love how pretty the cameras were back in the day, and we still want to hold on to it. We still want to hold on to how those cameras looked. And Nikon are great about, Nikon are really good at doing nostalgia. They're really good at, you know, throwing it back, and they have done a great job here. And I don't want to send it back. Like, I wish I could actually keep this, but I'm gonna have to send it back after this review. But I hope you enjoyed this kind of review, thoughts of how I feel about this camera and how I think it will suit a certain type of photographer. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you ever thought about getting one of these, or if you appreciate what Nikon is doing with these sort of cameras. and I'd love to hear what you think. So yeah, leave a comments below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.